Picture this. You're standing in the lobby of the Grand Floridian. 5 stories of cream and gold rise above you. A live orchestra plays below a chandelier. Somewhere nearby, a child is laughing, and you're thinking, this is it. This is the trip they'll remember forever. Your room is $700 a night. Here's what makes that strange. Disney's hotels are not struggling to fill those rooms. Occupancy at Walt Disney World and Disneyland came in at 87% in fiscal year 2025, among the highest on record. Disney Experiences posted record operating income that same year. The parks have never been more profitable. So who exactly is in trouble? That 87% is the number at the center of this story. On the surface, it looks like a clean bill of health, proof that the Disney vacation is as durable as the brand itself. But that number has a shadow side. Once you see what it cost Disney to achieve it, and what it cost the families walking through those gates, the picture changes completely. This is a story about how Disney turned the American family vacation into a financial pressure point, how it extracted record profits while quietly shifting the bill to the people who love it most. We're going to trace how the Grand Floridian got built, what it was designed to be, how the economics changed, and what 87% occupancy actually means in 2026. To understand how we got here, you have to go back to October 1st, 1971. Walt Disney World opened with a one-day admission price of $3.50. Rides cost extra. A through E ticket books, bought at the gate. It was modest almost by design. The dream was access, not exclusivity. The resort grew slowly through the 70s. Then in 1982, Epcot opened and the price roughly doubled. But the clearest statement of ambition came on June 28, 1988, when the Grand Floridian Beach Resort opened its doors. 867 rooms, 6 Victorian buildings, $135 million to build. CEO Michael Eisner cut the ribbon alongside Burt Reynolds. The Beach Boys filmed the Kokomo music video on its grounds that same year. The idea was a self-contained world. Arrive, stay, eat, play, never leave. The resort hotels were the anchor. Aspirational but reachable. You'd save up, you'd go. The memory would last decades. That was the original promise. And for a long time, it held. The unraveling didn't happen in a single day. It happened in a series of small decisions, each framed as reasonable, none of them ever reversed. January 1st, 2022, Disney ended Magical Express, the free airport motor coach that picked up resort guests at the terminal, collected their luggage, and delivered both to the hotel. Replaced by paid third-party services costing roughly $20 to $40 per adult round trip. That same period brought the end of complimentary Magic Bands, the RFID wristbands that served as room key, park ticket, and payment device. Free for resort guests for over a decade, gone by early 2021. The bands themselves run $35 to $55 now, optional technically. Tell that to a 7-year-old. And then there was FastPass Plus. For years it was free. Book a ride time in advance, skip the standby line, no charge. October 2021, Disney retired it. The replacement, Genie Plus, launched at $15 per person per day. By 2024, rebranded as Lightning Lane MultiPass, it ranged from $15 to $39 per person depending on the date. Individual high-demand rides cost extra on top of that. Each change was sold, one at a time, as a refinement. Taken together, they quietly rewrote the economics of a Disney trip. Here's what the math looks like. A one-day Magic Kingdom ticket cost $3.50 in 1971. In 2025, the same ticket ranged from $119 to $199. A Finance Buzz analysis of theme park pricing found that from 2015 to 2025 alone, Disney's Hollywood Studios rose 79%, from $97 to $174, more than double the national inflation rate of 36% over that same decade. Magic Kingdom was up 70%, Epcot 72%, and American families absorbed it, on credit. A LendingTree survey of 2001 U.S. consumers published June 2024 found that 45% of parents with children under 18 who'd visited Disney went into debt for the trip. That's up from 30% just 2 years earlier, a 50% increase. Average debt among those parents, $1,983. Wow, the New York Times put names to that statistic. Alyssa Leach, 38, from Tampa, charged a roughly $6,000 December 2022 trip to her Disney-branded credit card and made only the minimum payments for 2 months, accruing $382 in interest. She didn't frame it as a mistake. "I'll make more money," she said, "but he'll never be that young again." Johnny Esfler, 41, from Helena, Alabama, budgeted $6,000 and went $2,500 over. He hadn't planned on paid line skipping or surge price transportation. "You're there, you're not sure when you're coming back," he said. And it's like, fine, I'll just bite the bullet. We'll worry about the cost later. Hold on to that line. To be fair, Disney is not managing a static business. CFO Hugh Johnston, at the Moffett-Nathanson Media Conference in May 2026, was candid about the logic. When you have a big fixed asset like we do, we tend to actually use promotional activities to make sure that we're filling the park every day. That is a defensible description of how capital-intensive businesses work, and Disney is investing heavily in what comes next. The $60 billion parks expansion announced in 2023 is real. New ships are sailing. Disney Destiny launched in November 2025. The fleet is growing. The company is not coasting on a legacy. It is building. Now, back to 87%. Disney's FY 2025 annual report disclosed that resort occupancy at Walt Disney World and Disneyland rose from 85% to 87% last year. The hotels are, by every conventional measure, full. But here's what it took to fill them. Disney Tourist Blog's analysis of summer 2026 vacation offers found Walt Disney World was selling packages at the lowest prices in over 6 years. The lowest since 2018. Disney's VP of Customer Experience has confirmed that summer carries the platform's lowest dynamic ticket rates of the year. The company is running its deepest discounts in nearly a decade. And yet, domestic per capita spending still rose 5% in fiscal year 2025. Disney made more per guest even while cutting headline prices to get guests through the door. Record operating income, $10.0 billion. Not from more people coming, from each person spending more once they arrived. Meanwhile, Universal's Epic Universe opened May 22, 2025. A $7 billion competitor, the first real alternative in a generation. Here's the pattern underneath all of this. A company carrying $35.3 billion in long-term debt manages a fixed asset, extracts maximum revenue per visitor, and calls the result a record year. The families paying the difference, the 45% of parents going into debt, up from 30% 2 years prior, are left to do exactly what Johnny Esfler did. Bite the bullet and worry about the cost later. You've seen this playbook before. Healthcare, higher education, housing. The asset appreciates. Access gets priced upward. And the people who built their sense of possibility around it slowly find themselves standing at the gate, running the math. Disney didn't lose the American family. It just started charging them to prove they still belonged. If you found this worth your time, hit subscribe or like this video. New videos go up regularly, and you don't want to miss what's coming next.